This week in Adventist history, we celebrate an Adventist boarding academy in the U.S. state of Indiana. On November 29, 1925, Indiana Academy was officially dedicated on its property in Cicero, Indiana, at a program where then General Conference President William A. Spicer gave the keynote address. Spicer, as always emphasizing the church's mission, noted, "Already many of the young people of Indiana have gone across the seas, and I do not now recall where an Indiana boy or girl has disappointed us. The thin line of our missionaries belts the globe today, and in the erection of this school, the young people of Indiana are calling out to the old and worn laborers in the cause, 'Be of good courage, we are coming to help you.'" The school had not always been located in Cicero, nor had it always been called Indiana Academy. Around 1900, the constituents and officials of the Indiana Conference decided to open a school and set out to find a suitable location. In 1902, a beautiful grove on the farm of William and Laura Applegate near Bogstown, Indiana, was donated to the conference, and the school opened that autumn with 14 students. Bogstown Manual Training Academy operated from 1902 to 1905. That year, the school was renamed Beechwood Academy for the beechwood trees on the property, and its curriculum was expanded to include more courses, both intellectual and practical. But the school's aim, to educate the whole man physically, mentally, spiritually, remained. In early 1919, the conference decided that a more central location was desirable, making the school more accessible. After some time and scouting efforts, Indiana Conference President Charles C. Weist reported that they had found another beautiful grove, this one in central Indiana. He reported to the constituents that, "We stopped at one place which had a beautiful grove. We investigated and learned that the farm was for sale. The general surroundings did not appeal to anyone who might look for things actually up to date. However, when the owner told us that the price of the farm was $150 an acre, we stopped to investigate, for the farms in that vicinity were all priced from $250 to $300. We made a very close investigation and found that we had practically everything on this farm of 95 acres that had been specified in the discussion by the conference when in session. After we had been over the farm, the committee began to be united, and all felt that this was the place for the school. This was the first farm we had looked at that the committee was unanimously agreed upon. The farm was finally bought for the price of $13,720, including one half of the corn crop in the crib. With the new property in Cicero purchased, plans for constructing the buildings on the new campus and beginning classes there were put into motion. A groundbreaking for the new girls' dormitory was held on September 11, 1919, and classes opened on October 1st, with a camp meeting tent being used as the dining room, kitchen, chapel, and one of the classrooms. That winter, the girls stayed in the farm cottage, the boys in a small 16 by 32-foot building, and the principal, Charles W. Marsh, and his family stayed in a tent. As the years went by, the Cicero campus grew and changed. In 1940, the Indiana Conference purchased a 50-acre farm across the road from the main campus for the academy to operate. A gymnasium was built in 1952. A new administration building was erected during the 1959-1960 school year, and 3 smaller dormitories, the Northeast and West dorms, were built in 1972 and 1980 to replace the original 2. Lastly, an auditorium, music, and industrial complex was added in 1998. Indiana Academy's mission today is educating the whole student to know and serve God in their community. This alumna is happy to say that the story of Indiana Academy comes from this week in Adventist history.